during the Crystal Gayle heyday, who were your running buddies? Who were your folks that you loved to be out on the road with?
Well, Eddie Rabbitt, it was.
Sure.
We did a lot of tours together. Kenny Rogers. I found myself really, when I started doing tours, it was really myself. We didn't do a whole lot of shows with the big acts. It was just, I'd do the theaters, but then like I said, I did the Kenny tours, and I'd do Eddie Rabbitt, but it was, I missed that part. They did used to have where they'd do a lot of concerts together, a lot of different acts. When I first started out, yes, I did. Before band, I opened for Marty Robbins, Jack Green, Del Reeves. I mean, the list goes on and on. I'm so happy I had that part of my career. I mean, those special parts.
Oh, yeah.
String Bean, I mean, Grandpa Jones. You just name it. I love being around them. Tex Ritter.
Just You and I is still one of the great, great songs, great love songs. There's an angst, and there's a something in there, and that answering back and forth. Was that part of it originally in the way that it was written, or did that just sort of kind of evolve as you and Eddie were in there cutting and recording?
Eddie called me and said, would you do some harmony on a song that I've recorded? And I said, well, send it to me, Eddie, and he sent it. And when I called him back up, I said, Eddie, I can do a little bit more than harmony. And I answered him. This is what I felt like worked, was answering him on the lines. And then he had put his voice down, and I went in and did my part over that. It worked well, though.
Oh, it worked. I mean, it still holds up. I mean, I hear that song playing on Duke, and when it comes on, I mean, there is just, it's magical. And I always wondered where that came from. So that was your instinct when you heard it and said...
That's how I felt my part would be when that's what I did. He said, fine, let's do it that way.
Oh, man, I'm going to never hear that song quite in the same way again. It's fantastic.